You're listening to What She Said on Canada Talks.
Christine Bentley and Kate Wheeler in studio with you today, and joining us now is the founder and president of VOOFA.ca and Vincify.com, Vivek Shivhare. Hi Vivek, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm excited because, we've just branded our very first What She Said tea. In fact, there's 3 of them. And so we're going to be coming to you because we need to sell these suckers online. We're going to, be putting out great promotions. We've got a morning tea, a nice chai tea, and an evening wind-down tea. And so we want to be able to monetize our online presence and also sell some products, which we're branding. It's kind of fun. Chocolate and wine, if you're out there, we'd like to hear from you. So, you're going to tell us about how we can optimize and at the same time protect our business online.
Well, yes, and first of all, I want to congratulate you for branding your, nice tea packs, which I will be monetizing through your website, right?
Yeah.
Yes, today we're going to talk about optimizing your business online. And when I say optimizing business, it really doesn't have anything to do with search engine optimization. So I want to clarify that.
Okay, so that's that there's a difference. So optimizing business then means what?
Optimizing business is more like protecting your business identity online, because a lot of time when you are doing business in a niche where there is a lot of competition, you tend to see that there are companies out there that can damage your identity online, and this usually happens a lot these days. If you look back in the days, people in a small town will know who are our competitor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you take your business to this new level of marketing online where your competitors can come from overseas.
Well, it's a global world.
It's a global world, yes,
well,
absolutely. So you really don't know that, who can come from what side and can start damaging your business. So here we are talking about spammers, we are talking about hackers, we are talking about companies that are hidden behind the scene, but they will create, a rip-off report against your company, or maybe they will come up with fake reviews about your company on different blogging websites, and that's how they will damage your business.
Can they maybe steal a name that's close to yours and confuse people, for example?
Yes, they do that.
Well, hang on, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is now the legal owner of TaylorSwift.porn, right? Because she said, she purchased the URL because she's trying to protect her wholesome image because of what could go up there. And Taylor Swift.adult, right? She's protecting her business online.
And even more recently, this morning, I read that Cruz, who was announcing his presidential candidacy, somebody got his name on Twitter. So he, on
his
Twitter.
domain is now .org because .com links back to an Obama site.
Exactly. An Obama supporter got it. So, it's a whole different ballgame where you have to buy domains and buy names and buy them years ahead. I think Beyonce and Jay-Z bought all the domains for their daughter when she was born, before she was born.
Yes, you have to do that. And one thing about protecting your business online is the trademark over everything that you do with your company name. So when you talk about your tea packets there with What She Said, you should have a trademark with that name.
It's done. Did that.
Oh, did that?
You did?
Oh, we did?
Yep.
Awesome.
I have a trademark. We have our logo, our little pink speaker is a trademark logo.
Absolutely. That's the way. That's one way to protect that from the beginning. When you start your business, you make sure of certain things, that your website logo has to be trademarked. The content on the website has to be copyrighted, and you should have a byline on the very bottom of the website that says copyright protected, so that anything that is posted on your website is yours. But now when we talk about protecting your business, we're talking something very insane, because you will never know who is coming from what side. You're really looking into companies that are backstabbers.
So how do you protect, or what is it that businesses should be looking for? Here you've got an entrepreneur working their tail off 20 hours a day trying to build a business.
Yes.
And so they've got an online presence, whatever, but meanwhile there are forces lurking in the background doing whatever. What would you say to a business owner? What do they do? What should they be looking for?
Well, for business owner, the first thing is Google provides like Google applications where you can create a buzz with a keyword, right?
Okay.
So if your company name is XYZ, you create a buzz with that keyword, so that anything that is happening online with that particular keyword, you will receive instant message that hey, you know what, somebody's talking about you. So that's the first step that you should be taking, and then follow up with that keyword and see who is posting what.
So should you do that on a daily basis, a weekly basis?
It's a daily thing.
A
Is that-
daily thing, really?
Is that different than an alert?
No, it is
Same-
not. It's the same thing.
same
It's
as a
buzz
Google alert?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
the
And
same.
you're saying daily?
Yeah.
Well, that
every,
you
every
set up.
second actually, because you're set up that way that anytime anybody's talking about your company, you will receive a bing. Like
We have that.
like
Yeah.
an alert.
And then you have to, if you see that it's not coming from you,
Right.
then you have to start investigating, and you're saying these are people who are behind front, so you could go back many layers to
To actually find the
and
real
and
culprit.
and
yeah.
how successful are people in quashing that or being able to fight that? If you're dealing with people you don't even know, you don't know where they're from, and they're behind different screens.
Well, there are ways to fight that back, because
Okay.
what happens is once you find that somebody's posting that bad about your company or doing dirty tricks marketing against your company, then what you can do is you go to that website owner, shoot out an email to them saying that hey, listen, you know what, this is not true, and we have the proof that this is not true. And if the website owner is not listening to you, then you find the registrar of that website. That is it registered with GoDaddy.com? Is it HostGator? Is it Bluehost? Or is it Vincify? Whatever might be the hosting company, right? You go after them and let them know that this website owner has been posting false information about our company, so you better talk to them or shut them down. So you can pretty much take a legal stance against all this thing that happens online.
So does that involve a lawyer, or is there some sort of system where you can go for an appeal, or is there some administrator of
See, if the damages are severe, then you can go along with a cyber lawyer, and he can assist you in doing that, like going against a company and suing them and getting certain amount of dollar. But if it is a small thing where you think that it is hurting my company, but I can fix that myself, then pretty much you don't have to hire no lawyer. You just go ahead and find the culprit, go after them. Have your documentations ready, because the hosting companies might ask you for different documents to prove that what you are saying is correct and not them.
This is an unbelievable world that we live in, that you have to protect yourself from people you don't even know.
Yeah, but Apple seems to have this whole process, neatly sewn up. Certainly when it comes to selling their own products. Like, what is their secret? How do they manage to, as Christine would call it, they herd you. They herd you into everything. But they sell a lot of things online. How do they get that basis?
Well, the thing is, the philosophy of doing marketing has changed over time, right? 10 years ago, and even, there are lots of companies that are doing usual marketing, where you have to go out there, do promotions for your product, and then you will see that customer is interested, and slowly they start to buy your product. With Apple, they have changed the whole philosophy of doing marketing. What they do is they create raving fans. They have raving fans following. All right, and that's the next level of marketing, where you make people so much interested in the product that they believe in the quality, they trust you so much that they want to buy your stuff anyways. Doesn't matter if the quality is not good anymore now.
No, they'll line up for 3 days in the rain to get the first.
What She Said brand tea.
Yes.
Oh.
It's good tea.
I know it's great
It's made
tea.
by Drink
It's great
Teas.
tea.
She's
it's great
she's
tea.
blending.
I'm going to get some
blending it.
samples today, so just.
Yeah, no, well,
But,
they haven't arrived. They haven't arrived yet. We're just fixing the first one. The evening tea is perfect, and the chai is lovely. The wake up one, we
Just
wanted
needs a little tweaking.
a little tweaking. So
A
we're
little-
working on that, and that's what's great about blending your own stuff.
There's
And she's
nothing
the
more
only
fun than tea tweaking,
tea sommelier in Canada,
as
She's an
opposed to tea
actual-
twerking.
Yeah, let's not talk twerking.
Okay.
So all right. So marketing is key, and you're creating. How do you create a raving fan?
Well, in order to do that, the first thing, like I was talking about in my last interview, is you have to have a good product. A good product, high quality, high standards, that is the first thing. Because when Apple started, like restarted their whole marketing, they came up with a product that's iPod, everybody knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they literally brought in Steve Jobs back into the company with
Mm-hmm.
that product there. Again, when you look into the philosophy, the way they have played with the minds of people, it's more like they have created Steve Jobs
It's
as
a cult. It's a cult.
Steve Jobs was
Let's just call it a cult.
yeah.
Because when they came up with the iPod, do you know how many parents I stood in line with because the damn thing, the battery would go, and it wasn't like you couldn't take out the battery.
Yeah, but now
You had
they're
to-
obsolete. Really,
you-
who uses an iPod anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the fact is, you had to take it back, and they would send it back. It
Yeah.
had a warranty, but you'd send it back, and then it would come back again, and this time the battery life, it would last 2 weeks. And then you'd go back again, you'd wait 6 weeks. And meanwhile, your kids are screaming because they want their music.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't a great product for a while.
That's what I'm saying. The way they have played with the minds of people
Yeah.
is they created Steve Jobs as the ultimate god for technology, marketing, and the vision. He was a visionary, right? And people look into the vision thing and they go like, okay, you know what? Awesome person, awesome product, right?
Right.
So it was connected, and it is still connected with the persona and the personality of Steve Jobs, and that is one of the major reasons why they're able to sell so much, and they created that raving fan following, right? So if you look at Richard Branson, what he has done, he has created a brand around himself. So when you have a human being right there, a persona, personality attached with the product next to it, people are more,
Well, you know what, Vivek?
hesitant.
We're working on Kate. She's gonna become the beacon for raving fans. We're working on you.
Absolutely. That's the way to go.
Okay. All right. So is there anything now? You're offering one-on-one private consulting as well to help people get a handle on what they're doing.
Yes, recently I've seen a lot of people getting into trouble with companies that have no face, and they start damaging the business online, and that's why I started helping out on a private consulting basis where they can give me a call and they can send me an email to info@voofa.ca. That's VOOFA.ca, and I can pretty much help them out to get back on their toes, with business.
And it doesn't really matter where in the country they live or where in North America, because you can
Yeah.
you can deal with it. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at your credentials here, and gee, we were smart in bringing you on, because you've got a master's in business, entrepreneur, and technology, along with a postgraduate diploma in graphic and animation, as well as electronics and communication engineering degrees. So, yeah, you kind of got all the bases covered.
Yep.
So Vivek, think
Yes.
tea.
And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
We
inviting
learn
me.
something every time you come.
Thanks a lot.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.